Live from Fargo and serving you on TV, online and on the go. This is Valley News Live 10 at 10.
Well, here I thought it was just, all right, just spam, ignored it.
A Fargo woman is telling people to lock down their Facebook before a hacker kicks you off your own account.
We have heard from multiple people that criminals are stealing Facebook accounts, changing features of the profile into Arabic, and then possibly selling all the personal information over the dark web.
Valley News Team's crime and safety reporter Nicole Johnson spoke with a woman known well in her community about her social media struggles she wants you to learn from.
She's known for fighting, professional MMA, teaching self-defense through her nonprofit, and battling for the health of those she trains at her gym. But unfortunately, Mariah Prescia was entered into a new duel she wasn't training for.
It's frustrating.
She was typing a message on Facebook to a client on her gym page just seconds before she was hit by a hacker.
I go back to my personal page, it's all in Arabic. And then it kicks me off Facebook and wants me to relog back in. I log in with my normal settings. Doesn't recognize my email, doesn't recognize my cell phone number. I go back in to my email and there's numerous emails for somebody trying to reset my codes.
Her personal account can no longer be found.
So now we have this random guy.
But her gym's page now looks like this.
And different encryptions.
She believes the person who took her account could be a part of the same group being talked about by other media outlets across the country. Victims believe the hackers are selling and buying Facebook accounts, U.S. passports, and entire identities, possibly over the dark web.
I have my gym, I have my athlete page, I have my personal page, I have my nonprofit.
It's a huge blow for Prescia and says you could be next.
The whole goal of our conversation is to make sure that people are aware to set their secure settings and then cover their own identity.
She's struggling to get answers from Facebook, but like most fighters, now that the war has been waged, she's determined to win the battle and regain control of her identity.
Determined.
Reporting in Fargo, Nicole Johnson, Valley News Live.
We reached out to Facebook to see if they've received reports about this hacking group, but we haven't heard back yet.
We've got an update on a story we brought you yesterday. Officials have now released the name of the woman involved in a deadly rollover crash near Tower City. Police say 56-year-old Regina Cusick of Bismarck died in the crash. Investigators believe her vehicle crossed the median and rolled before hitting the ditch. She had to be pulled from the vehicle by emergency responders before she was airlifted to a Fargo hospital.
2 Georgia inmates who likely killed 2 corrections officers in an escape from a prisoner transport bus this week have been captured. Ricky DeBose and Donnie Rowe were taken into custody after a car chase in Tennessee. They were found about 250 miles from Madison, Georgia, where they allegedly stole a pickup truck. DeBose and Rowe were on a state corrections bus with 31 other prisoners Tuesday when the 2 reportedly overpowered 2 guards before shooting and killing the officers.
The annual Congressional baseball game took place tonight as scheduled. A gunman opened fire as the Republican team practiced Wednesday morning, wounding 5, including 2 police officers and Congressman Steve Scalise. A moment of silence was held before tonight's game for those who were wounded at the second base bag, where Scalise would have been playing. He remains hospitalized in critical condition, but is expected to recover. Capitol Police Officer David Bailey, who was shot, threw out the ceremonial first pitch, and then the game began. And for hardcore baseball fans, the Democrats won the game 11-2.
Last week, Fargo residents that chose not to opt out of the new home recycling program received their new all-in-one recycling bins. The bins take the place of the previous program that required residents to separate recyclables before putting them out for pickup. Guidelines for what can and can't go in the all-in-one recycling bins are on the lid, but there are a few caveats, like metal lids from glass jars, pizza, frozen metal boxes, and tin foil cannot be recycled. And paper products like office paper still need to be brought to the Minn Kota Recycle Center. You can begin using the new bins, but pickup won't start until July and will be collected every other week on your regular garbage day. Now, to find out if your recycling bin will be recycled on blue or white weeks and to see a more detailed list of what can go in the recycling bins, check out our story on valleynewslive.com.
Clay County is on the list of highest cases of gonorrhea in the state of Minnesota. Sexually transmitted infections continue to spike among Minnesota teenagers. A University of Minnesota study shows teen pregnancy rates are at an all-time low, but STIs are on the rise between the ages of 15 and 19 years old. The Clay County Health Department doesn't offer any direct STI testing services, but says there are resources within the community. They say the growing number has been a trend in the past few years.
You know, seeing the trends, last year we saw an increase, so looking forward, it may be something that we look at, but Clay County Public Health is not in, currently strategically working with the community to address it. We do a lot with our clients one-on-one.
Hennon says it's important for parents to talk with their kids about getting tested for STIs if they are sexually active.
Take a look at this surveillance video from a Fargo business camera. A semi-truck trying to merge onto I-94 from Veterans Boulevard. The semi that was hauling steel beams split in half, causing the beams to go all over the road, eventually sending the semi into another utility trailer. The crash left both semis on their sides, and police say the crash closed down traffic going both east and west for an hour. But the cleanup caused traffic jams for nearly 3 hours. No one was hurt in the crash. The driver of the flatbed trailer, 27-year-old Brent Boudreau of Winnipeg, was ticketed for careless driving.
A man is in jail after driving his car past the front gate at the Grand Forks Air Force Base. It happened late yesterday morning. An Air Force Base spokesperson says the car came into the base at about 50 miles per hour. Security officers were able to stop the vehicle and get the man out of the car fairly quickly. Michael Elias of Emerado, North Dakota, was handed over to the Grand Forks County Sheriff's Department. Court records say he's facing multiple charges, including criminal trespass.
Cars were lining the streets of West Fargo tonight so drivers could show up and show off for Cruise Night. The show is sponsored by the Toppers Car Club. It sports hundreds of their labors of love with everything from the classics to the modern. Event goers of all ages took in the gasoline-fueled sights and sugar-fueled food as they appreciated some unique sets of wheels. For the car owners, of course, what keeps them coming back year after year is the unique experiences driving their passions.
I love cars. I love cars a lot. So, I mean, it's just fun doing it, and then you get to visit with a lot of people, and you never can tell what you're going to find.
If you missed tonight's event or just want to get more on the information from the Toppers, they will be holding more cruise nights on the third Thursday of the next few months.